Greetings, fellow humans. My name is Flailbot. I am excited to bring you a new Let's Play of Cultist Simulator. It's a game that I've played just around with a little bit, and it's quite mysterious and fun. I love the theme. You play a normal human who is attempting to uncover occult secrets and, ascend as an eldritch power. And it's pretty good. It's very choose your own, or it's very learn as you go kind of thing. So we'll see. I've played 2 rounds. Actually got a minor victory as a policeman already, inspectifying some things. So we'll see what we've got. We have a couple of different starts. Yeah, we'll just pick one. Okay, so this one was, I did the Ambitions Tied victory end condition. It said, this should be considered a minor victory, which I thought was pretty fun. And let's see, this is the Aspirant. That's like the baseline you start. And I played this one and died because I didn't understand how the health mechanic worked. So let's start as a physician. This sounds interesting because I haven't done it yet. As the patient descended into the final delirium, I made copious notes. In the buzzing heat of the night, I reread those notes. They began at last to make a kind of sense. So this game plays as follows. You have action tiles that you can take, so you can work with your reason, or you can work with your position at the institute. And you can also click on the tile to see which cards are applicable. And you can also drag a tile to see which actions it can do. And then if you click on tiles, it'll give you the various aspects and stuff. So an ability, abilities are like health, passion, reason, and then it has the aspect of the lantern, which I don't know if you can read this. It says, life is a pure flame and we live by an invisible sun within us. A quote from Thomas Brown. And yeah, lantern is a principle of the secret place, sometimes called the house of the sun, and of the light above it. And then this is the type of card it is. The aspect of the card is an ingredient. And then this card's aspect is a job. So it can go here, and reason can go here because it's an ability, I think. Right, you can do abilities, jobs, rights, or desires. Let's name our guy real quick. Will be Dr. Relf. And I'm going to start with my position at the Institute. Start. And then time runs. And you can speed up time, fast forward, and you can do normal time, and you can pause. So, right. And then when you finish things, you get results. And then also little timers will continue on their own. So Detective Rizel was my previous character. He was the policeman. Yeah, and we'll see what happens in 10 seconds there. And then we have our position at the Institute is still back, or we still have it. We earned some money, which is good because time will consume money, and we've earned health, and whoa, that's a lot of reason. Cool. And then we can either work again, or we can do other things. I don't know what working reason does, for example. Find work which will spare my body, if not my mind. So these are aspects I'm invoking, and if I do this instead, then I'm just invoking a job. Sometimes the job will morph into a better job if you work it more often, or sometimes it will start to degrade and you have to keep working at it. Let's stack our reasons, and let's throw down work at the Institute again, because that was potentially profitable, and we'll see what comes out here. This is the study action, and I'll probably be able to study using reason once it's done. So we have the notes, and time is now passing. The patient spoke of things that could have no meaning: the house without walls, the divided sun, the invisible light. But when I recall how they spoke of that invisible light, my heart surges. I can ignore the notes no longer. Notes are something we can study, and sometimes you can apply other cards to them and see what happens. Yeah. And this is the time magnet. This is sort of the great killer. You need money, and if you don't have money, bad things happen, and you gather dread, and so on and so forth. So you do have to work, and sometimes work at job-related things in order to make enough money to survive. So we will start by studying. We'll start by studying the case notes so that we can get some more actions going on. So this one magneted in a fund. You can see what kind of thing it's going to take. And it just eats it, and that's it. And so every 60 seconds you have to have had an extra money. If we study reason or health or passion, we'll gain a temporary boost card called vitality or erudition or glimmering, which will allow us to consume those cards in order to get more reason or health, but up to a limitation. I don't think I can study money, no. So odd moments of sense emerge. I had almost forgotten that curious excursion on the way to Moorland, but now I realize it was the way to Moorland. Okay. I've heard of this Moorland, a dealer in troublesome books. The rest of their raving, it means no more than it did before. How can a house lack walls? What is the glory they yearned for? But I can already sense the dreams waiting for me in sleep. Yes. So probably we either have to study this or do something else to it. We'll see. I'll start by studying it just so we can open up more. No, you know what? I'm going to study health. So I'll show off this little mechanic. Hopefully working at the Institute will give me enough money to stave off running out of money. I don't know what this quite is. There's a lot of things that just sort of happen. And sometimes you can interact with them. There's a card you can put down and sometimes not. So we got some more money, which is nice. Yeah, let's go ahead and redo that job. Getting a fund of money while we don't have a lot going on is probably good. Eventually we'll start having more pressing time issues. Belief. Right, so I can put something in here and it does different things. So what does this say? I could give into the dreams, but they will devour my reason. All right, so I can probably trade reason here for passion. I don't know. I've never done this before. This means that this symbol means that the thing will be consumed, will be destroyed. So to unlock my own eye, there must be a tiny sacrifice. So we'll see what happens. And contentment. Contentment is nice. Contentment means that you can fend off dread, and dread fuels other bad things. It's complicated. Passion is, I think, necessary to unlock more esoteric things. So we can dream on money in order to create contentment, but it's risky. And we can dream on reason. Yeah. I'm not quite sure what it'll produce, so let's find out. This is the original, actually this goes over here. The setup in the very first game defaulted to this, so this is the way I've had it set up ever since. That study goes here, and then like explore and talk, just because it's the way it was. So it's by default. All right, so by studying we pick up health and vitality. And vitality has a lifetime of 180 seconds, but if I combine vitality with another one, I'll create another health. So I'm going to study health one more time in order to create a second vitality, in order to create another health. Because health will sometimes be consumed when, bad things happen. And contentment runs out as well. Where'd my music go? It disappeared. That's okay. So probably 2 monies and the Institute again. We can either work with reason or work with the Institute. I'm going to work with reason just in case it produces erudition. It takes time to actually start the process, and sometimes you have to invest other things, like I said. So we'll see what happens. Okay, the reason is back, And we have potentially a minor position at Glover and Glover. So that's sort of, it's generated another job for us that we can use instead of the position at the Institute. Glover and Glover. And Glover and Glover is, I think it generates quite a lot of money and stuff, but it's something you have to keep up with. It very rapidly decays if you don't. I'll throw in another diligence, but it should, or another reason, but it shouldn't be consumed. Okay, this is, we ate our reason in order to gain passion. Oh my word, so many things. I'm gonna leave this for just a second. And I think this symbol means it will disappear once I collect the items. Oh, and this will just grab any card in order and like destroy it. Or generate something else out of it. It's not quite clear. So let's take our various things. This is Aspect of Knock. Principle that opens doors and unseams barriers. Yeah. Okay. It's a lore. This is a lore of the lantern. And this is, oh, a desire. Oh, cool. We can win a enlightenment victory with it. Okay, sold. So maybe we'll keep this and we'll stick it in Dream at some point. See how it goes. And of course our passion, we'll need passion. There, so this pulled in my temptation and it will destroy it, unfortunately. I didn't have anything to do with it. I didn't have anywhere to hide it. You can sort of put items like this one, if I take it out, it's still available. It seems to also stop items from decaying. Oh good, my temptation was not eaten, but I generated restlessness. Restlessness seems to like improve certain things. Aspect of the Grail, aspect of the Lantern. So it influences like conversations that you might have with people, but it's a little bit unclear. Is this the light? Oh, aspect of the Lantern, okay. Good, so dreaming, right, generated a glimmering. Glimmerings are for passion. So I can use the dream, or I can use this glimmering in order to generate another passion if I have another glimmering, just like with the vitality. And we are going to dream on this temptation. And let's take the Watchman's Secret, because I would like to use my passion to generate another glimmering in 8 seconds. Ooh, and an erudition. Erudition, it works just like vitality or glimmering. So now this is done. I can collect my health again and my vitality, bloop. And then I can stick my vitalities into the study and they'll combine together to create another health, which will be a long-term win. And this will eventually want to study probably as well. Yeah, with this. And then the rest of the game seems mostly to be about reading and making sure that you pay attention to what's going on. I'm going to move these over to the Magnet of Death. Pleasant days happen occasionally, and they generate contentment or whatever. Ooh, a hanger-on. My wound has healed and so has theirs. They don't understand why they did it, but they dreamt of me that night. We are connected. Tell me more about you. You're just an acquaintance who is mortal. Usefully malleable. So talk can apply to this secret, apparently. Oh, speak publicly can on something can attract new people, but I can also talk to the hanger-on, any person to start a cult. Might be a little bit early. So let's see what this does. Sometimes you get the card back. Maybe that you always get the card back. I'm just not really sure. Ah yes, and the position at Glover and Glover also dims your reason, which is just temporary. 60 seconds of unusability. We can do Institute, but as you can see, this will degrade in 57 seconds. So unless I do it again, because the whole process usually takes 57 seconds or 60 seconds, then it's going to degrade. So I kind of have to put all my eggs in that particular basket. We'll see. 2 funds per run wasn't bad, but I think if we stick with Glover and Glover, we'll get more eventually. The first run was only a single fund, and it was also dimmed my reason. And Dread, it does bad things. An aspect of edge, battling and struggling. Influence is its aspect, and ill health, which is not great, and despair. So not super awesome. Let's see, we got the dedication to enlightenment. To dedicate myself to the pursuit of higher understanding. I must be a true initiate of the Mansus. I'll need to work with Grail aspect to allow the Watchman to see me. Okay. What aspect is this? Lantern. I think I can dream Dread. Dread can be restored to reason with the correct resource. Contentment. So it looks like I can combine contentment and dread to make reason, which is cool. What else can we dream on? Funds, not a good idea. Passion. Health. I'm about to get a second health. And I'd like to get another erudition. So let's dream on passion. Ooh, and we can lore the Watchman's secret. See if we get something out of that. And here I'll grab my health and a new skill. So I turn those 2 vitality into a health card, and I now have this skill set, which has an aspect of ability, which means I can also use it to do a job. And if I use it on the study, bloop, with 4 vitality, I can gain another health. So that's the cost. And let's see, 115 seconds left here, 117 here. And I'm already doing my passion, so let's do a reason there in order to generate another erudition and combine them into another reason. And then hopefully the passion here will generate another glimmering, and we can combine them. That could be close though, in terms of timing. Very close. Oh, what did we get? Oh, we got a contentment. Okay, if this dread doesn't go away, maybe I can use these both. What's the timing here? 0.3 seconds. So I just have to pause at the right time. That's easy. Someone remind me to click on that when it happens. Obsessions. Some aspect of the light, delight, or shaping. Winning over an acquaintance requires your passion. Ah, okay, I talked about that topic publicly. And it's still running, right? It still has the card invested. And I could win over the acquaintance if my passion comes out. Which it will, it'll come out in 26 seconds. And now, if I work overtime, I do not believe that you have properly understood the importance of our work here. This task will require your full attention. So we'll toss in another reason, and hopefully we'll make some stacks of cash. It makes us sad. This is the aspect of annoyance. So it's not a great thing to do too much of. What did this pull? Ah, yeah, the Watchman's secret. And this pulled my dedication to the Enlightenment. Again, restlessness. That's not so bad. I think. I don't really know what to do with the restlessness. What is this doing? Reason. Okay, 0.2 seconds. So unfortunately my passion is exhausted, which means don't think I can use it for this discussion. Let's toss dread and contentment in there. I think that's a good thing. Ill health, health, knowing, edge. Let's try that. A buzzing in the brain. A second order influence apparent to the perceptive can be used in some rites to summon minions. Woo! And the way of the wood can probably go into study or something. Okay. So I can... Didn't I get a second erudition? Oh, it's right there. I can combine these to pick up another reason. Or I can study something else. But I think it's a good idea to spend the time when you have the when the early combination is quote-unquote cheap. So it's a good idea to do. So in 60 seconds we could theoretically... We could wait up to the 60 seconds and still work. This is a no. I don't know what that is. And it's a way, which I guess is like this, but I have the wood instead of the door. And then a power is, I think, anything with the, yeah, it looks like the aspect of the lantern. So this, for example. So I can't work on my enlightenment yet. But I can do my position at the Institute. I think it would take 60 seconds and I'd lose my position here. Usually things take 60 seconds, so I think I'm just going to toss another work in. Hopefully it won't overcome me. Unfortunately, I don't have a passion available. I probably should have done the glimmering instead of the passion, instead of the erudition. Because I have so little passion compared to how much reason I'm spitting out. Okay, so I got some Mystique. Mystique attracts hunters who are like the enemy. This will take Fascination and eat it. Try to provoke visions. Don't ask me what that does, but it'll happen. Mystique decays after 6 minutes, 5 minutes. You can also get Notoriety, which increases the strength of hunters if they do come for you. So if you get a bunch of Mystique and Notoriety, I assume bad things happen. Buzzing in the brain. Alright, who can I potentially talk to? Potentially talk about this knock, or about the Watchman's secret, or to the hanger-on. But I don't really want to start a mystical organization yet. I think I'm going to talk about this and see if we can attract someone else. And by that time I'll have a passion again. So we'll see how that works out. Dr. Relf will slowly uncover the truth behind the way of the wood. That's my plan, at least. Oh, so this turned into dread. What was that? Restlessness. There went my glimmering. Here comes my passion back. And nothing seems to have happened with my dream. Oh, I guess the contentment consumed. I have no idea. Let's dream about the way of the wood. What else could we dream about? We could dream about our skills. We could dream about... I don't think the dedication to the alignment work. Yeah, we have to work. But we need the know. Dream about passion? No, we're going to save our passion. We're going to dream about the wood, the way of the wood. Oh, path. And we'll use the Watchman's Secret as the path. I don't know. There's a light through the woods. Let's give it a spin. Alright, we've gathered a skill of scholarship and another reason. And the skill of scholarship is just like the skill of a stronger physique. You can apply 4 erudition to gain another reason. And there's also one for passion, an active imagination or something. And I would like to gather more passion, so we're going to start studying this. And eventually we'll probably study the directions to Moorlands. What is this? He needs a passion or reason. Well, we'll take a reason. What are you eating? Oh, yeah. Sometimes the other characters have names because they're not totally useless. Alright. Bleak thoughts. Fleeting memory and consciousness of radiance. So this also has the aspect of lantern, which the Watchman's Secret does as well. Maybe we can study them together at some point. And fleeting memories, I haven't quite figured out what to do with them. Yeah, that's all. I don't quite know what to do with them. Oh, this guy needs a passion. Of course, I shouldn't have stuck it in here. So we've dimmed our reason, we gained 2 money, and we have the job still. I think we're going to switch back to the position at the Institute, at least temporarily. I thought this would advance a little bit further. Maybe if I put passion in it instead of reason, but that's not something I have available in abundance. I think that there was a character who had an aspect of secret histories, and I tried to use the fleeting memories with her, but it didn't work. It ran out before she recovered, and then I died or something. It happens. Alright, so we've got a glimmering and a passion. And potentially, can we study this? What can we study? All these things, or the directions to Moorlands. We're going to do the passion here. Passion. Passion? Why no passion? Oh, it'll just suck it in. Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait. While we're waiting, we may as well directions to Moorlands. There it goes. And hopefully we can get a passion in here, work it, and put a glimmering in there at the same time. So both our secrets are out, and we picked up a contentment. What could we dream about? I could go to bed early for health. Let's do that. I don't know exactly how that works. So this sadness has sucked in my contentment, but it should cancel it out, which is good. You can defeat despair by feeding contentment, otherwise destroy you when it reaches 3 dread. That's terrible news. I'm glad we got that contentment. And this is, yeah, bad guys. And it'll destroy something. It's usually pretty non-specific. And this, when it ends, there we go, we found Moorland's shop, which we can explore. And put the explore right over here. Oh good, and our passion is back. We got another mystique. Yes, I know we can't stack them, just leave them over there. Locksmith's secret, and oh, a different hanger-on. I don't know why this one's purple and this one's yellow. So you got me. Ancient histories, aspect of lore. I need to study passion for the second glimmering. I could start the cult. Maybe I can explore the occult scrap first. Yeah, so this is the you get demoted because you're not there. But given that my basic work thing is pretty decent, I'm not sure if it's worth keeping up with the Glover and Glover position. Let's take a position at the Institute. It's not great, but it produces money at a fair tick. Alright, so I didn't have enough negative cards in order to get the wrong kind of attention, so that just dissolved away, which is good news. And once perhaps we explore this occult scrap, so I actually have something to talk about. In a vague sense, I will talk to one of these hangers-on and start my cults. And that will be in episode 2 of this funny card game. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.